Hello everyone and welcome back. So today's mani tutorial is on this lovely spooky frog mani using Box of Gloom plate M617, this lovely little guy right here, and Maniology's M415. So I already got my base color on. It is McCart's Black, right here. I used 2 coats, and I'm going to use Chrome Queen by McCart, and it is a magnetic polish, gel polish, so you will need a magnet. I use Beetle's Top Coat. I use Queen's Blackjack, though any black stamping polish should do, and I use Maniology's Marshmallow B537. I used Feel the Vibe from Sinful Colors. Icy Monster from Sinful Colors. Tropic Talks by Maybelline, the Fast Gel line. Gel-like is what it is, it's not actually gel. I use Unity Galore from Sally Hansen's Insta-Dry. Don't Hate Curate from Essie. Head Over Heels from Mineral Fusion, and Secret Garden from Mineral Fusion. Put these over here. So I'm going to start with our magnetic polish. Oops, and I almost forgot one important thing. I also have an iridescent chrome powder from, I believe it's Dufin on Amazon, and it was in a multi-pack. So this particular powder looks rather white, but it's actually a translucent tinted pigment powder, chrome powder, I should say. Go ahead and take my rings off so I don't hurt my lamp. I do it set to 60 seconds. Yes, I do. Okay. Just making sure. Okay. So we're going to put a nice layer of the silver magnetic. And then we're going to enhance the pigments. Like so. I'm going to skip a finger to help make this a little easier here, so my magnet doesn't get too close to the other one. I'm going to do it again. This is similar to the Box of Gloom press-ons, however I did not have the right color of iridescent chrome powder to do that. So we're going to go ahead and enhance our pigments just like before. Bring them to the surface. Beautiful. And cure for 60 seconds. I've got my youngest home from school. The school day has ended for him already. So I apologize if you hear him in the background. He's being good at the moment, though. He's coloring at the table. Okay, so now that that is cured, I'm going to go in on the middle and the pinky. Being as careful as possible not to get it on your skin. If you get it on your skin, please take a Q-tip or a cleanup brush and remove with isopropyl alcohol before curing and as soon as you can so you don't develop an allergy. Close this so I don't accidentally knock it over and spill it, because I'm notorious for doing so. Okay, so now we're going to go in and we're going to enhance the pigments. Just like I did before. Do it on both fingers. This one's being a little bit more stubborn. That's okay, we can manage. Try by adding just a little bit more. May have just put a slightly too thin of a coat. So I'm going to try that again. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to cure for 60 seconds. And I hope everybody's having a good day today. I'm getting pretty tired of spam calls, so I apologize if I get one or more within this video. I have had to delete, I would like to say 6 voicemails, and that's of the ones that I couldn't get to or declined. The majority of them I would answer and just hang up because they're scammers. Most of them are scammers. And I hate having to go through and delete the blank voicemails off of my voicemail because they will just leave this long, absurd, blank voicemail. And I would have to go through each and every one of them. So, it kind of sucks, but I know that once the insurance renewals season is over, it won't be such a big deal. It'll tone down. But I have a deep dislike for telemarketers and scammers. They both drive me insane. A lot of them get insistent in a not so nice way. No matter how many times you tell them no, and take you off their list. It never works. I've actually threatened harassment lawsuits a few times because they would not leave me, certain companies would just not leave me alone. And it's more than a little frustrating when you tell them to stop and they're still doing it. I think I've seen kids with better listening skills than these telemarketers. In fact, I think I've seen a 2-year-old with better listening skills than a telemarketer. So we're going to put one layer of top coat and cure for 30 seconds. Alright, and now we're going to apply our iridescent, it has a blue and purple hues, powder, and we're going to apply it to the nail with either a silicone applicator or a makeup sponge of some sort, whether it be eyeshadow applicator sponge or a, what is it called, beauty blender sponge used for things like foundation, highlighter, contour, in the liquid forms. Things like that. You can get a big multi-pack of beauty blenders at Dollar Tree, so it's not hard to get a hold of them. Just please do not use your finger, because you can develop an allergy from the gel exposure if you hadn't wiped off any of the residue. That's even with a no wipe, you can tend to have residue. Apparently there are nail techs that are getting allergies from just using their fingers for chrome powder. I'm not really sure, but I wouldn't want to take that risk. Okay, so now we're going to do another layer of top coat to seal in the powder. The beautiful iridescence here. Okay. I'm going to cap the ends because I don't want the powder to get ruined. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the lamp for 60 seconds, and then we're going to do the thumb. Okay, so now we're going to go in on the thumb. We're going to grab our magnetic. Nice even coat. Okay, since we applied that, we're going to go in with our magnets. Hands it. I'm trying to deal with the hair. I think I got it. Yeah. And there we have it. We're about to get one of the spam calls. Yep. I'll deal with the aftermath. If they leave me a blank voicemail, they leave me a blank voicemail. As frustrating as it is. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and cure that for 60 seconds. I can get my lamp sitting properly. That would help. Yes, it is, my boy. Everything's hey bud with him right now. I miss the days when he couldn't say coffee and it came out offie. Oh, he was so dang cute. Okay, so now it's time to do our layer of top coat, so that way we can put our iridescent chrome powder on. Okay. It's 30 seconds. Oh my goodness, they didn't leave me a voicemail. That's a miracle in itself. I hope it's just not my phone lagging behind. That would be upsetting. Surprise, voicemail you didn't want, because it's blank. Okay, so we go in with our powder and burnish it into the top coat. Okay, once you've done that, put a layer of top coat over top. So you do not lose your powder, especially if you make an oopsie with the stamping. You want to seal that all in. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put that in the lamp for 30 seconds. No, I know, my thumb wasn't in there all the way. I'm arguing with my lamp, which I'm kind of bummed because I realized when I was dealing with my right hand earlier that 2 of the bulbs are starting to go out in it, and that means I'm going to have to likely replace my lamp here soon, and I don't have a few $100s to do so on replacing one of the same one I've already got. And I really like my lamp, I'm going to have to probably get a downgrade version of the one I've got because I don't have the funding to get one of this quality again at this current juncture. Hoping it'll last out for a while until I can afford one of those of its quality. Excuse me. Okay, so now I'm going to get oh wait, this way. And pull out 4 stampers. You can use however many you want. I'm going to use 4 for the sake of time. And I'm going to grab Blackjack by Queen, or you can grab whatever black stamping polish you want. And I'm going to start by grabbing these pumpkins down here in the lower left-hand corner of M617 from Miniology. Pick up. Clean out the excess. Then I'm going to grab these cute little frogs on pumpkins. Now I'm using more polish than is technically necessary, but I don't like fighting with any of my images. Yeah, that picked up fine. For a second there was a little concerned. Okay, where is my next one? There it is. So now I'm going to pick up this cute little frog with a hat, witch's hat and mushrooms. Clean up any excess imagery. And now I'm going to grab the one directly above it with the frog on the broom. And I'm going to clean up the excess imagery on that one. And now see, I am going to take off the moon that comes with it because I don't like how small it is. And this all be used from this plate here. Oh, no, for now, for the reverse stamping, I should say, is all we use on this plate. We do still use this plate for one other image. But we will do that while these are drying. So let's go ahead and zoom in. Okay. Do this 2 at a time kind of thing, like I've done in the past. I'm going to remove this cotton ball so I don't dip my damn nails in it. Ooh, that was close. I did not put the cap back on. I almost dropped the bottle and spilled it. Let's put the cap back on. Okay. So. I'm going to start with Tropic Talks, and I'm going to put that on the leaves on this pumpkin image right here. It's the Maybelline polish. And I'm just going to fill in these leaves. Depending on the length of your nail will determine how much of this image you will actually get to have on it. I did not get to have much because my nails aren't long enough. If I'd gone longer, I would have been able to fit much more of the pumpkins. If I'd gone with medium length instead of a shorter length, and I think I would have been able to get much more in there. This is the only spot where I use Tropic Talks from Maybelline. Now I'm going to take Unity Galore from Sally Hansen, and I'm going to fill in all the stems. Filling in the stems on that one. I'm going to move these over and I'm going to get the frog on the witch's broom. So now I'm going to take that same color Unity Galore and I'm going to fill in on the broom, specifically the broomstick. Okay, that is all that I need this brown for. And since we are on the frog with the broom, we're going to take Don't Hate, Curate from Essie and fill in the tail of the broomstick. All right. That is complete. Now I'm going to take Icy Monster from Simple Colors. I'm going to fill in each of these frogs' witches' hats. Being very careful to essentially very much so drag very lightly across and more like dabbing it in. You want it to kind of flow. You do not want to touch the stamper because you can cause the image to smudge on the stamper. You can ruin the image. We're going to go in and we're going to fill in very carefully. Okay, that is complete. And I do not need that color anymore. So now I need Marshmallow from Maniology. I'm going to fill in the stems of these mushrooms. I'm going to move over to the frogs with the pumpkins. It has a couple of mushrooms on it. And we're going to go ahead and fill in those mushroom stems. All right. Now I'm going to grab Head Over Heels. I'm going to fill in the mushroom caps. Okay, we're done with that. Now we're going to take Secret Garden. We're going to fill in the frogs. Okay. Move this over. Fill in these froggies. And we have this lovely boy on a broom. All right. Now that we filled in all the frogs, it's time to fill in the pumpkins. Okay. So for the pumpkins, we have Feel the Vibe. And we're going to fill that in. Okay. So now I'm going to flip these over, so you can see. Here's the pumpkins. Here's the frogs with pumpkins. Frog with the witch's hat and mushrooms. And a frog with riding a broom. Alright, I'm going to set those up here. And let them set up. So I'm going to grab this lovely image right here off of M415. It's this lovely crescent moon. All right. So now I'm going to place in the upper right hand corner, like so. That's all we use this plate for. And we are done with marshmallow. Now we're going to grab blackjack again and M617. And I'm going to grab this image twice. I'm going to place it on the index and the ring finger. The moon was on the middle finger. Don't remember if I mentioned that it's the middle finger. Okay. So I'm going to place it down the stem at the trunk at the bottom of the trunk of the tree. Go across like so. And I'm going to do it again on the ring finger. Dinner here soon too. Just thought about that. So it's a Cub Scout night. Alright, now that we've done that a second time, this is what we have so far. Alright. Hopefully I won't have to redo any of these, and hopefully these are dry enough to work with. Okay, so I'm going to take my frog on a broom going to place it in the center, like so. Now I'm going to take my little frog with the mushrooms, place it down at the bottom, towards the center. It was that bouquet. Her trying to make me sneeze. I'm so sorry if I do. It's tickling my nose. Okay, so now I'm going to take our lovely pumpkin frogs and I'm going to line it up at the bottom in the center. And now for the finale, we've got our pumpkins and I'm going to line it up just at the bottom of the tree in place. Use tape to get any of the excess off. There we go. Okay, that worked out nicely. Sometimes I get a little impatient and don't wait long enough and, well, things get ugly. Patience is a very important thing in this particular form of art. Okay. And then our last step is we seal it all in with top coat. Grab my Beetles No Wipe Glossy Top Coat. You can also use matte top coat after you do a glossy coat, and you would gain another rather interesting effect if you do that. So that is something to try. And of course, there are methods for this with regular nail polish. However, the chrome effect would not be the same, the iridescent chrome powder, but it would be quite similar. So you would apply your black and your magnetic normal polish, and then you would rub the powder onto a stamper to make a nice layer, and then you would put a layer of sticky base and let it get to the tacky stage, just majority dry, barely having any tack at all, and then roll the stamper over the nail with the powder, and you would have the iridescent powder that way. And then you would proceed with the same stamping procedures and then top coats and all of that. You would need a water base top coat for the powder. So I would recommend Maniology's water-based top coat or any other good brand you know. I've heard Hit the Bottle has a good one. But I've never worked with Hit the Bottle before. I haven't gotten it yet. All right, cure for 60 seconds. Not 60, but 30 seconds. Oy. Scrambled mom brain. I have a bunch of paperwork that I have to fill out for my youngest. And I imagine one of which is his IEP. So, because that's coming up as well. And one is for a field trip. And there's some other stuff they were mentioning. Okay, so now I'm going to put top coat on the thumb. And seal it all in. cure for 30 seconds. Alright, so I'm going to need my isopropyl alcohol to wipe up the powder off of my nail. Before I do that, I'm going to have to retop coat this one nail, I think. Or I should not retop coat, but add another layer of top coat. That's fine. Okay. Turn the lamp off. Grab my lint-free wipes. Ah, come on out. Restock this container. And I'm just going to wipe any kind of residues off, including the powder. Okay, so that did not get enough top coat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish cleaning off the residue on this finger where the pumpkins got ever so slightly messed up. Dab the orange across that area. I'll let that dry. I'm going to grab this plate again. Going to grab blackjack. And once that polish is dry, going to take and pick up the image area that I used for that and restamp it down. I need one cotton ball, not two. Maybe just one. Just one. this should be enough. So I'm gonna grab right here. There's the scribble. Okay, and now I'm going to go in and I'm going to carefully line up the pumpkin image. On both. Now I have a little bit of spidey webby like. It's okay. Get this stuff off the bottom side here. And retop coat. Making sure that I have enough at the bottom here this time so as to not ruin the image when I do any removal of tackiness of any kind or residues of any kind. Okay, I'm going to put this in line for 30 seconds. Turn it on first, since I turned it off before. Hey, baby.
Hey, bud.
Everything's hey, bud to you these days. Oh, baby.
Wow.
Okay, so now I need to take and wipe it down, make sure nothing got ruined. Alright. Everything still looks good. No removal of anything. Nope, this one needs another layer.
Yes.
Thankfully the image didn't get ruined, but I see where not all of the polish settled in. And we'll add another coat of top coats.
Fine.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Beyond Pro.
Beyond Pro.
Beyond
Yeah, that's
Kira
the-
Sky.
Kira Sky.
Kira Sky. Beyond Pro.
Yep, that's what kind of lamp mommy has. Alright.
Red Wham.
That's what kind of nail lamp mommy has. Alright, this time I think I got it all. Check all the others. Yep, I do believe I have it this time. So, there you have it, folks. That is how I created this lovely Halloween frog mani. I love the little witch frogs. They're adorable, and these frogs and the pumpkins are super cute too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this mani tutorial, and I hope you found this mani helpful. I don't have any announcements other than today is the day that this video is posting is the launch day for the Christmas countdown calendar box. And these, for Maniology, they sell out quick, guys. So if you are wanting to get that box, you might want to go ahead and get it like now. You can use my discount code to get 10% off of your order, making it a little bit more affordable. It'll put it closer to 100 instead of, I believe, 120 is what the going price generally is for these boxes these days. Straight from Maniology, not resale market. I don't even want to know how much the scalpers are selling these boxes for. So I am going to say that much. I don't want to know. I don't like that kind of behavior. It's unfortunate for people who, can barely afford the sticker price from the company that it was created from, and then somebody else coming in, swooping in, buying as many as they can, and then reselling them. Maniology does try to control that as much as possible by limiting how many you can buy, but it's still really frustrating. So I don't, for those who have excess of points, you can get dollar amounts off of your order. That'll help as well. I know that these are kind of pricey. These particular boxes are expensive, and I'm already not looking forward to having to spend that much as it is. However, the little bit of sneak peek that I did see, this looks really good so far. So hopefully, it's not going to be like some of the years I've seen in the past where it's just kind of mediocre in my book. Some people really loved that one, and I was okay with it. I'm not a huge Christmas fan to start with. That doesn't help. But it was more to do with the stuff that wasn't stamping that I wasn't as big of a fan of, like nail clippers. That was a kind of an ouchie. I wasn't impressed. So that being said, they have improved the boxes over the years from what I understand, but that is being launched tomorrow. So those of you who want that box, just keep an eye out. Wait for I would definitely put a code or something like that in to make it cheaper. Waiting for extra funding may cause you to miss it. I'm sorry if you don't have the funding at this time. But just be aware that it will sell out quickly. It usually does every year. And I do believe that's it. So, sorry about my rambling. My brain's still kind of scrambled and everywhere from being sick. Not that long ago, I just recently got over whatever bug went through this house. I'm not a fan of whatever that was. It was not fun. So, alright guys, I hope you all are having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it may be, wherever you're at while you're watching this video. And until next time guys, thank you all for watching. Bye.